Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This time I have a little project I'm making. I already kind of did a little bit of a few things. I'm just going to assemble it so you can see what I do when I do this. This will be like a small ATC kind of thing, like the ones that I do for several challenges and things like that. It's like, you know, small ones. This will be like that, and this is Alice in Wonderland, of course, one of my favorite games to work with. And I already pre-colored because I was trying my new distress markers, and I didn't. Unfortunately, I was so excited to, you know, start coloring with them that I didn't think about doing a video about how I color this stamp. So basically what I did is color with my distress markers, and these are the results I have. It's really, really pretty. I really like working with this tool from Ranger, which is the holder nib. It's really good because it gives you those tones. If you see, now I have like different tones in between the coloring when I'm coloring with my distress markers. So that's really neat. Anyway, I already pre-selected some of the, you know, colors I want to use, and I already cut them out, so it will be easier not to cut too much stuff. So what I want to do is I have here chipboard and black cardstock and regular cardstock paper color that I chose that will go very well with my image. Now, the whole point of this is I'm gonna just assemble it together, so you're gonna see how I do this. This is a regular, like I said in many videos, I do recycle my chipboard, and to cover this, you know, printed back, I just use any colored cardstock. It doesn't matter what color it is, as long as it covers what you don't want anybody to see, that's fine. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna assemble it yet because I want to make a preparation on this chipboard. And what I want to do is I want to paint this in probably with the distress stain, and the color I want to use, if I find it, is the Dusty Concord. This is the distress stain Dusty Concord from Team Halts, and I want to give a purplish background because, as you can see, I color him, his outfit is kind of purple, and then it has a little bit of green and a little bit of pink. But to make it all look good and balanced, I'm gonna just go ahead and color my chipboard with my distress stain in Dusty Concord, right? Dusty Concord, yes. So you spread the ink very well in your chipboard. That's what I usually do. And it doesn't matter how it looks, because like I said, the more crazy, the more distressed it looks. That's fine. There we go. Now we're gonna have to apply some heat to this so it just dries out a little bit faster. So I'm sorry about the noise, but I gotta do a little bit of noise. Okay, yeah, I think that's ready. So see, now I have my purple background that will go very well with the color paper that I chose, which has a little bit of pink, a little bit of yellow, a little of green. There's some purple in there and some blue. So that's perfect. Now I'm not gonna make any crazy. I just wanted it like that. So now it's time to adhere this black cardstock in the back, so it will go fine. You can adhere with anything you have, with a glue stick, you know, your ATG gun, or if you have a runner tape adhesive little thing, you can use this as well. I'm going to use this one because it's a small project. I really don't want to use the ATG gun. So I would adhere that to the back of my chipboard to cover all the lettering. I don't know why this little thing always gives me a problem, but let me see if I can. It always does that when I'm doing the video. I don't know why. Oh well, there we go. I think I fixed it. So now that I have a little bit of that adhesive there, I'm gonna just assemble the whole little project. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, so if it doesn't come right when you paste it, all you gotta do is get a scissor and then cut the excess out, and that's it. It's nothing, there's no biggie about that. So I'm gonna do that. You see how I have excess here and a little bit of there? I didn't quite get the right point when I was putting it on the paper. Okay, so now that I have my little background all ready, I'm gonna adhere this paper. I think it's still humid. I don't know if I want to wait for a little bit. Actually, yeah. While we wait for this to get a little bit dry, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to ink this a little bit more so it look a little bit more distressed. So for that, this is a very, very light color paper. And maybe I can use the antique linen to make it a little bit more oldish kind of thing. This is the distress ink. Let me see if this wants to focus, because there we go, antique linen. So all you gotta do is get your ink tool. I don't have Tim Holtz Distress ink tool. I'm just gonna use my sponges and make this a little bit more vintage. I'm gonna do the same with my color, my color step here. I'll make it a little bit more distressed because there's a little bit of white in the edges. So I'm just gonna go ahead with the sponge and go in there a little bit, so there's no white going around my project. Because sometimes that white makes it a little bit too harsh. So I'm just taking that white out, so it looks a little bit better. There we go. Much better. Yep, much, much better. Maybe a little bit here. There we go. Alright, love the antique linen. I know they have like one that is called old paper. I don't have that one. I really want to get that one to see how it works. So anyway, this is going to go like this, see? So now everything is kind of vintagey. Now, the other thing I want to do is make the borders a little bit more vintage as well. But for that, we're going to use vintage photo. I'm going to use a little bit of my Distress ink vintage photo. And let's get the sponge. And all I'm going to do is just put that ink in the edges. I've seen a lot of people using other type of inks to do their projects and doing their borders and edges and this and that, but that's depending on what's the look that you're looking for. But this one in particular will be a kind of vintage look. So let me clean a little bit my mat here, because it has a little bit of that ink and sponge and pieces of stuff that will ruin my project if I don't clean it. Okay, excuse me. So now I have my other little background set. So this is still humid a little bit. I'm going to pass a little bit of that heat gun again. Yeah, I hope it, yeah, I think it's much better. Now, this, there's no need for me to, in this case, there's no need for me to put adhesive to this paper because this is an adhesive paper. But before I put all this together, I want to work on, they're not going to let me take the paper out. So, see, this is an adhesive paper, so I'm going to take that out. These are really cool papers. So I'm going to just locate paper where I want it to be. And now I have my little ATC project here going on. It's a little bit bigger than an ATC. So yeah. Then we're going to include this coloring. And now I have here, I already pre-cut, so we save time. Some of my new Team Hold flowers from the die that I got recently. And these are awesome, guys. Like, there's so many sizes, and you can actually play with all of them and create little cute flowers. It brings the leaves as well. And I already work in a few projects with it, and I really enjoy working with this. I really wanted a die that would take me to that level where I can create my own flowers, and this die, it's perfect. Like, there's a bigger die from him that I really want. It's the floral, I think it's called a floral die, but this was a little cheaper, and it had a little bit of more options in my opinion. So I went for this one. I guess in the future I will get the other one. So all you end up is with this. Once you take them out, and then, whoops, and then you got, sorry about that, then you got all these fun little cuts here that you can create anything. Now, here is one that I was working on. See, I was trying to work on this one. Look, isn't that cute? Look at that. It's like a little rose kind of thing. So, what I do for now, I mean, like, I'm assuming this has endless use. You can actually do whatever you want with them. But what I do is that I ink them in the color I want. So I lay them flat like that, right? I lay them flat. I put them in order to see who is who, because then it's get a little bit confusing. This is how it looks, right? I'll put it this way. So I got all my flowers right there. And the reason why I line them up is because I would go one color, different colors in each one, and that's what it makes kind of cool. So to do this, I'm gonna use my Distress Ink Dusty Concord. I'm gonna use as well peel paint. This is peel paint, just like a green color. And I might use a little bit of my faded, I don't know if I want to use Faded Jeans or Broken China. I think Broken China will give me more of that bright color, which I want. Because I'm working on craft paper, so the brighter the color, the better when you're working with craft paper. This is the Broken China, which is a very light blue. So I'm gonna get my sponges here real quick. Just here. Okay. Got all sponges. There we go. Okay. So dusting, all I do is take a little bit of that ink them like this. Then want to use the peel paint. So I'm going to go over that like that. And Book in China. Just like that. And I'm going to go over again with my Dusty Concoat. So now I have a balanced flower which has every color that I was working with. Right? And it looks, you see how it's going to look. It looks very, very nice. There. Alright. I'm going to put this on the side. I'm going to retrieve this for the side as well. And I'm going to clean up my mat because, if you can see, there's a lot of stain there. So I'm just going to clean it up. Then to assemble this, all I got to do is go, of course, the bigger to smaller. And then I'm going to get a brat, which are over here. Kind of switched stuff on my desk and now I can't find anything. So yeah, I'm gonna use like a golden brat here. So just go and I'm gonna insert this here. I think it's the easiest way because these flowers are so tiny. See? Like that. And then you got your flower. But before I apply the flower, I need to get Mr. Mad Hatter in my project. So the best way I can put Mr. Mad Hatter in my project is I'm gonna use my siren. I don't think it fits in my small siren. No. Doesn't fit there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and here it is. Sorry about that. The thing is like in the other side of the table, so I have to run over there because it's a bigger machine. So now I can just peel him off very carefully so I don't take off any parts of my drawing. And I'm going to put him right in the middle. Right there. There you go. So that's Mr. Mad Hatter right there. Look at the colors, how beautiful. They all go very well. So I want to put one of these flowers over here. Maybe here on the top of the corner. I'm going to get my little punch hole. I'm going to put that one right here. I want to put this flower right here. See? So now that I have my flower ready, I'm just going to insert it right there where I punch the hole. And then press my brat. And now I got my little flower. All I got to do is smoosh it a little bit. Now I got this beautiful little flower. Now I wanna make another set of flowers and so on. So maybe a bigger set of flowers. This one is huge, but I like it. So I can play with the different forms like this. See? And that's how you make flowers. So that's my little project for now. I'm not gonna do, I want to add more flowers, but it will take forever for me to finish that here. So, alright, after I finished doing all the flowers, which took a little while, I wanted to include one more embellishment, and this is a Cricut cut of like a little coffee set, so, or tea set, because remember that they're drinking tea. So okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw on it, and then I'm gonna include it. And the way I'm gonna do this is very simple. I'm gonna use the same colors as I used in the plate and in the cups. So that's how in the teacups, it's like what I used there was broken china. So I'm gonna use that color the same way I did with this. Okay. So to do that, I'm gonna get my broken china. This is the distress marker broken china. And then there we go. So that's the whole set of little ATC that I've made for Alice. So you got the three-dimensional cups, the flowers, and then you got Mr. Mad Hatter asking if you want more tea. Guys, if you like what you see, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.